This sanctioning body president is not a disinterested party. As he's claiming, I'm not. He has business interests he clearly feels, in my opinion, are threatened by a shifting landscape in boxing. And I am a part of that shifting landscape. It ain't business as usual anymore, where these cancerous sanctioning body cells drain the life out of the sport year after year.
Max Kellerman is going head-to-head with one of the most powerful men in boxing, the WBC president, and he's not backing down. Kellerman says the alphabet array finish, and he calls sanctioning bodies like the WBC cancerous to the sport. He says he has 25 years of receipts to prove his criticism is real, not influenced. This isn't a media beef. This is a war for the future of boxing. And to understand why the WBC president is furious, you need to look at the money he just lost for decades. The business model of the WBC, WBA, IBF, and others was simple. If you want their belt, you pay their fee. It was the tax of greatness. But then Terence Crawford beat Canelo Alvarez, secured a reported $50 million payday, and decided he was done paying taxes.
Mauricio, got a lot to say about me not paying him $300,000 plus another $100K something for sanction fees, right? Then he gonna tell me I ain't even apologize? Like, who the fuck you think I am? Boy, you better slap your fucking self. Ain't paying your ass shit. Fuck you talking about pay you $300,000. What makes you so motherfucking better than any other sanctioned bodies? Huh? Answer that question. What makes you better than the WBO, the IBF, or the WBA? Everybody accepted what I was giving them. But you, the WBC, think that you better than everybody, don't you? So since you, the WBC, and you got the fucking green belt, which don't mean fucking shit. The fucking real belt is the ring belt, which is free, motherfucker. What you talking about? You want me to pay you more than the other sanctioned bodies because you feel like you better than them. How in the world all the sanctioned bodies agree to the same amount, but you sit your motherfucking ass up there and say that I need to apologize to you? The fuck? You can take the fucking belt.
The WBC sent Crawford a discounted sanctioning fee about 0.6%, roughly $300,000 just to keep a belt he already won. Crawford's response? Brutal, public, unfiltered. He didn't negotiate. He didn't compromise. He simply said, I'm not paying. Keep the belt. Calling it a trophy was a direct attack on the WBC's authority. And when the best fighter in the world treats your championship like a souvenir, it sends a message to every fighter on earth. A message the WBC could not allow. They stripped him, but the damage was done. The rebellion had already begun.
Crawford has been very successful in the ring. He has been a world champion for 12 or 13 years, multiple times with the WBO in super lightweight. He won the WBC super lightweight. Then he unified and became undisputed in welterweight against WBC champion, who was Spence, in a great fight. He petitioned to fight a final elimination bout in super welterweight against Madrimov and remained champion in welter. The WBC supported him. He did not comply with the rules. Then he moves up to super middle and makes the fight of the century, beats Canelo, makes $50 million or around that. The WBC absolutely is not going to charge 3% of such an amount. We made a very clear 0.6%, which is $300,000, with $225,000 going to the Jose Sulaiman Boxers Fund, which is to help former fighters in need. And it is just regrettable. Not even a thank you or I'm sorry, taking a different route. No response. I wish him the best. But this is not. The WBC is huge, it's great. It's about greatness, and I'm really...
Max didn't just report Crawford's story. He He used it as a launching pad to attack the foundation of sanctioning bodies entirely. On his show, he compared organizations like the WBC to cancer cells entities that attach themselves to fighters and drain their earnings without giving real value. His argument was simple. Fans don't buy tickets to see the WBC. They buy tickets to see fighters like Terence Crawford or Canelo Alvarez. If the fighters are the product and the fans are the customers, why are sanctioning bodies taking millions from the middle? Kellerman said the era of business as usual is over. And that specific comparison, the cancer analogy, is what finally made Mauricio Sulaiman snap.
Journalist, he's not a disinterested party. Disinterested, by the way, doesn't mean uninterested. They're conflated. Disinterested means you're neutral. You're an observer the way a scientist looks at data, right? They can't be rooting for one outcome or another. And this sanctioning body president is not a disinterested party. He, as he's claiming, I'm not. He has business interests he clearly feels, in my opinion, are threatened by a shifting landscape in boxing. And I am a part of that shifting landscape. It ain't business as usual anymore, where these cancerous sanctioning body cells drain the life out of the sport year after year. Finally, I want to say this. In terms of the thought that based on the identity of my employers, you have to take what I say with a grain of salt. You should. You should consider all these things. You should also judge what I'm saying based on the content of what I'm saying. I said exactly what I'm saying now about Ring Magazine championships and the sanctioning body championships for the past 25 years. I have been employed by Ring Magazine for several months now, but I've been saying the same exact thing I'm saying now for 25 years.
Just pick up Ring Magazine and it says so inside. They list the real champions in each division, and people say, well, what gives what gives Ring Magazine the legitimacy to rank champions? What about the sanctioning bodies? No, the sanctioning bodies have blown it a million ways.
When Sulaiman responded, he didn't bring evidence, breakdowns, or financial transparency. He went straight for a character attack. He claimed Kellerman's criticism wasn't real, that Max was only talking this way because he now works for the Ring, which is owned by the Saudi General Entertainment Authority, led by Turki Al-Sheikh. Sulaiman's story: the Saudis want to replace the old sanctioning bodies with their own mega league, and Max is their mouthpiece, a clever strategy to avoid the argument by attacking the messenger. But he underestimated the wrong guy. Max didn't yell. He didn't rant. He simply delivered a grammar masterclass. He broke down the difference between uninterested and disinterested. Uninterested, you don't care. Disinterested, you have no personal stake. You're impartial, he said. I'm the disinterested party here. I don't get paid by the WBC.
Kellerman spoke with Mr. Khan earlier today in an interview, and they spoke about
Please, I will not comment because that is a scripted commentary. The WBC does not have outlets. They own that outlet, so they can script. And it is so embarrassing how low Max Kellerman, Mike Coppinger, they have gone so low because they do represent the publication. So it is scripted. It's biased completely. So I don't like to comment on that.
Okay. Well,
you are doing an interview. This is not biased. I am answering every single question.
Absolutely.
And I don't owe anything to you. You don't owe anything to me. You ask, I respond. But to talk about a program that is scripted, absolutely not.
Okay, well, what about the Muhammad Ali Act? They spoke about just it having an option for the fighter to go a different direction, and nothing's going to change. They're just going to add an option where you can fight for another company. You don't have to just stay with the Muhammad Ali Act. That
is not true.
I don't get paid by promoters. I just analyze the facts. Then he flipped the definition back onto Sulaiman. You, on the other hand, are the interested party. You profit from the current system. In one move, Max made himself the objective truth teller, and Sulaiman the financially motivated defender of a crumbling system. It was a clean, devastating counterpunch. That's all for today's video. If you enjoyed this breakdown, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit the bell so you never miss future updates. Drop your thoughts in the comments. Whose side are you on? Stay tuned, and we'll see you in the next one.
What did you think of the WBC stripping Terence Crawford of his belt?
Listen, if you look at how this thing's playing out, and first of all, let me say this: I love that all these guys, all these boxing guys love the Ali Act the way it is now. I want to see how many of them actually stay there and do that version of the Ali Act instead of the add-on that we're going to do. You know what I mean? You don't have to be a fucking rocket scientist to see what's going on with all these guys. They're all these guys that are crying the loudest are the fucking problems. They're the problem, every one of these guys. And, you know, Crawford, nobody told Crawford to say anything. Crawford's his own man doing his own thing, and that's how he feels. And we'll see how this thing plays out in the next couple of years.
Are you surprised by this frosty reception from the other boxing promoters?
No, not at all. Not at all.
Had you told me that 20 years ago at Il Molino, I would think, yeah, but what has this guy done that he thinks he can do that in boxing? But now the track record says, yes, he can do it. You have institutional knowledge of how to do it. And then partnered with Turki Al-Sheikh and Nick Khan, by the way, what I think unites all three of you is you love boxing. Like, all three of you guys love boxing. And is that what brought you guys together? Like, I think of boxing for so long, the power brokers a lot of times didn't even like the sport. Is that the unifying thing here?
Yeah, and everybody hated each other in boxing too. Yeah, it's almost like this was meant to happen. I've been talking about it, saying, you know, I'm kicking the tires, I'm looking at it, timing is everything. And then the way that this whole thing came together, it literally reminds me of every other thing that's happened to me in my life. It's like, this was the time and the place and the right people to make this happen.